Joined now by Representative Karen Bass of California. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Whatever else you want to say about the Romney-Ryan ticket, both men certainly love their mothers, and that's a great thing. But is that going to make women, particularly undecided women voters, fall in love with them?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't think so. Women are smart enough to know the difference between a variety show and public policy. And so I happen to think that all of the controversy over Todd Akin a week ago he was really a scapegoat, because that is the Republican Party's position. As a matter of fact, the doctor that told Todd Akin that crazy science was Romney's surrogate a few years ago. It is a part of their platform. Whether Romney wants to run away from it or not, he has said openly in all of his campaign speeches that one of the first things he wants to do is to defund Planned Parenthood. So just as you said, it's fine for us to make decisions about the country. They believe in small government, but they do think the government should monitor individual women's pregnancies.
So I take it, Ms. Bass, you were not impressed with Mr. Romney eloquently describing his mother, or claiming that he elevated women to senior positions when he was governor of Massachusetts, or that he has plans to celebrate women in positions of seniority should he become president.
You know what? It's lovely to do that, and of course everyone loves when people talk about their families, and I love talking about my mother too, or putting women in your cabinet. The bottom line is it's about public policy. So you can have as many women as you want in positions, but if your policy is that you're going to defund Planned Parenthood, if your policy is that the government should monitor what doctors do in exam rooms, if that's your policy, then who cares how many women you have around?
So are you saying then that Mr. Romney was almost performing optics that appeared to benefit women, but when it comes to substantive policies, women will run a mile from him?
Well, there is no evidence of anything other than that. We haven't heard anything from them. And I certainly know Paul Ryan. I'm on his committee, and he's the chairman of the Budget Committee. And I know, and it's always expressed in a budget, what your values are. And so he has been very clear about how he wants to cut funding to Medicare, how he wants to cut funding to Medicaid, to women's health programs. These things are very clear. They're articulate. One thing that you can't say about Paul Ryan is not an etch-a-sketch guy. He has written his values and his policies in writing. He has his manifesto, The Path to Prosperity. I call the manifesto against the American people. He has put his viewpoints in writing, and there's nothing about that platform or anything that Romney has said thus far that has made me believe that his policies will benefit women. You can put women in token positions, or you can even put them in substantive positions, but if your policies are against women and harm women, then I don't think having women in the positions really makes a difference in that regard.
Representative Karen Bass, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.